Hi everybody, this is going to be a light language transmission for the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. This continues on from the previous few transmissions, which I'll link below, that are leading up to this one. In the last one we had an embodiment of the highest timeline. The one before that we connected to the higher timeline and called it in. So yeah, then the next bit was feeling those codes going to embodiment, and this one is the next level of that, which lines up exactly with the Lionsgate. Just to remind you, that is the Sirius, the spiritual sun, bringing light codes in of empowerment and manifestation. So this is manifesting our highest timeline, and I started this painting. This dawn is representing the spiritual sun, and it started just following the last transmission. So just as the Lionsgate portal was starting to open. It was initially sitting on a temporary desk that used to be my work desk, and I'm telling you all of this so you can understand how the energies manifest in the physical world as they start to come through, because whilst I'm painting, I'm channeling them in, they're channeling into the painting. And people can very much feel shifts from looking at the paintings because they receive the codes through them, even just on a computer screen. I've had amazing reports back from spontaneous healings and things from certain paintings that people just saw on screen without even having a print. So I want you to understand how these really do affect physical reality. So this painting was sitting on a temporary desk, which is I put down in this dark corner, and it used to be my work desk. And though the work I was doing was definitely sole purpose, it wasn't what I wanted to be doing. It was draining, and I needed to just complete that work before I could finish up. And I'm now going to be doing this work full time, bringing the codes into the paintings, doing transmissions, and doing personal healings and readings. So what happened is yesterday, this table was given to me. So this table is permanent. It's also the other temporary table, fold-up table, that has now disappeared, as has the job, was looked like clouds. It was airy. It wasn't grounded. It was and in that job they couldn't receive the higher level of what I was bringing. Wow. That's interesting. Throat activation there. So they couldn't bring, they couldn't receive what I was bringing from the higher levels. They weren't able to do that. So I could bring it, but it couldn't really properly be received. So that it was like the desk. It was temporary and it was up in the clouds. And I had to be the vessel bridging that gap, which wasn't always possible. So what these light codes in this painting at this time of this Lionsgate portal, what they're bringing in is this solid. This is wood. This is solid. It's got 4 legs. It also perfectly matches the colours in my house. And it feels like it's bringing this to shore. So wood is earth. So whereas the other material was more airy and ethereal, up in the clouds, definitely connecting to the heavens, but it wasn't bringing it to earth it wasn't embodied. So this is shining that light, bringing those codes. This feels like a continuation of this shore. It's bringing them right onto this shore. And it doesn't feel like it finishes at this table. It continues through my house. So I spent yesterday putting this table together. It was gifted to me. It just appeared. I hadn't intended it. And it... So I was moving the painting around all day and I wasn't activated by it. And it wasn't until it was sitting on this table that I burst into tears just walking past it to get a drink. And that's because the energies came through and they activated and they grounded through, you know, the follow through of actioning this table. I could have said no to the table, but I said yes to a permanent structure, a permanent earth structure where the heavenly light codes of the highest timeline come through all the way down to the ground into physical reality and have a physical effect. They're tangible, they're felt, and they make ascension shifts in the planet and in my life and in the lives of the people I touch. Additional to that, there's another transmission where I explain that these black breeze have appeared above a painting that was activated with light codes outside. They're wild blackberries growing from bush over the fence, and they're just delivering the blackberries over the top of that painting that's been activated. And when I did the initial activation of that painting, the Lionsgate portal came up as a point of fruition. So again, a physical effect of the seeding of the light codes, also representing fruition, things becoming real in the physical plane. Another story of that is, I hope you're receiving the codes as I wander around this painting. It's full of light codes. Just sit back, grounded in a relaxed, receptive state, and let your eyes wander over the image. So the third story from recent transmissions is the one where I had the twin flame broken heart. It needed to be broken, i.e. separation, in order to activate unity. So it had those codes in it. And I placed it on a wall outside. And on the equinox, it had only been there for a few days, less than a week. On the other side of the wall, on the inside of the wall, there was a glass cabinet, and the glass shattered into pieces. And I even found one piece of glass that was love heart shaped with a crack right down the middle all the way through, but still held together. So there were those codes all the way through it. So this is all leading up from the time of the solstice, the equinox, but even I would say before that, at the beginning of the spring in the northern hemisphere. Atatati takakatakataka kokokokoko. Atatati takakakakaka. So it's the embodiment and then the flow through into your physical world from that embodiment of your highest dreams and timelines. It's the manifestation of them in the 3D reality. Atatati takakatatati takakatokoko. Akatati tatati takakatokoko. Akatati-ta-ta-ta-ta-ti-ta-ka-ka. So are you able to receive those codes? Are you able, with those examples of very physical effects of the light codes once they're embodied, are you ready to carry those forward into your life and manifest them? If you are, open your hearts and receive. You will receive that which you're ready to receive and willing to receive. Every time you listen again, you will receive the next level of that you're ready for. Okay, so what I want to tell you now is this painting isn't finished. This is basically the foundational layer. I suspect it'll be finished probably at the end of the Lionsgate portal. We've still got about another week to go of those energies coming through. The sky is going to clear up, and there's still, you know, some darkness shifting out through the sky. Some releases and some detoxing. I'm really feeling the purples. See, I've put some purple lavender in front, and the purple berries. This also started coming through just after the painting. It's basically a bird of peace, like a dove. It's not going to be white. It is going to be the colours of this painting. If I put it here, its beak is going to be lemony yellow. Its neck will be an apricot-y colour. It's going to have then pink and purple wings and blue and green tail. It's going to be this painting. It's like flying out of the painting from the spiritual sun, from the higher dimensions. It has, on its base, it has love hearts. That will be probably silver or gold base there. That should probably complete by the end of the Lionsgate portal, bringing those colours into the physical world, flying out of the painting. Okay, really feeling that going through the neck. It's like some people, it's kind of getting stuck in the neck. I think the neck represents, to me, I interpret it as yes or no, where we agree yes or no to what we accept in our life, or what we action in our life, how we will be treated in our life, what we allow in and what we don't, what we agree to do and what we don't, what we agree to participate in and what we don't. So these codes are getting stuck at the neck. So if you want to receive these codes, you want to move into your higher timeline, you want to manifest those dreams that you've seeded them. Do you want them to grow and harvest them? Then you need to choose. And to do that, you may need to release some limiting beliefs. That's not always easy. They've been with us for lifetimes. They've been with us since our childhood often. I can feel like an ache through the neck, the right side of the neck and the temporal lobe. So it's like right side is the masculine, the logical. So don't try to see a way forward. How can this happen? Don't try to see, oh yeah, but how could that become real? How could that just show up for me? Let go of the hows. That's better. Yeah. And then there's a release in the diaphragm as you let go of those hows, the things that seem unbelievable or impossible to you. Just release them. Let them shift away like the dark clouds that are going to be shifting over this next week in the sky. Okay, there's more movement through the neck now. The code's coming in better through the neck. Akatata ti 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 ta 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 ti ta ka ta ka 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 to ko. Akatata ti 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 ti. Akatata to to ko ko ko. Right, so I'm feeling an activation of the intestines now. So it's where we integrate what we take in, what we eat, what we drink, what we take into our body, what gets sifted out and what gets kept, what's nutrition and what is waste. It's the same as that yes and no. So we're reprogramming what we take in. Like I was saying, that workplace could not receive that higher inspiration. We're reprogramming what you can receive and what you can make use of, aligning it to your higher timelines, the timelines that you're choosing now. The Lionsgate portal is supporting with cosmic energy the manifestation for you to step in to those seeds you've already planted. Those are codes directly from Sirius. They're going into the solar plexus and the throat. Alright, that feels like I'm hearing regeneration. I'm feeling changes through the pancreas, and pancreas is where we process sugars, carbs, so the sweetness things that we crave. If we were emotionally eating, if we were a bit down or doing things we didn't want to do, we might crave sweet things. So there's a shift in that as the sweetness of your dreams manifesting comes into your reality. Okay, and as that happens, the jaw releases. So I can feel a very tight jaw. ears are clicking. So there's release and expansion through the ears, what we hear. So being able to receive the information that we need through our auditory senses as well. So it's selective hearing and a selective healing as well. We can often reject things if we're not, like we don't even hear them if we don't believe them, if they don't fit what we believe. So this is now being able to hear that which serves us, that aligns to our higher timeline. Receiving the information we need and actually hearing it. Yeah, and then I can feel a higher level of embodiment through the legs and the hips. Akatati tatata, and the throat aligning now. Keeping pulled back to the shoreline, where the waves are crashing underneath the influence of that dawn, of that light coming in, that new light coming in from Sirius, and shining on those waves, and the waves that are the current that carries you gently into the shore, delivers you gently into the shore. See, they're not rough, they're gentle. There's layers of them, there's waves of them. Layers and layers, so it's not just one movement, it's, you'll be brought in a little bit, and then a little bit more, gently, then a little bit more, at your pace, as you release all those old beliefs that are limiting. Be carried right in and delivered onto the shore, where you're standing powerfully on your feet in a new reality of your own making. Okay, great. So there is a reading. These are from the Secret Language of Light deck. We have Soul Family, Color, Soul Craft. So you're bringing your craft from your soul into your day-to-day life, on the ground, into reality. And whispers. This is about hearing your soul's voice and following it. All very relevant. Okay, let's start the reading. So the first card is Soul Family. You are loved and supported. Your soul family wants you to know how much you're loved and how well you're doing. Your soul family consists of other souls that have similar values and ideas to you. The bright circle of light at the center of this image is Shambhala. Think of it as a meeting place where your soul family gathers to connect with you. When you ask a question, its energy vibrates throughout the universe, bringing souls and their light beings to Shambhala to share responses and information. They're overjoyed to connect and co-create with you. Your questions and experiences on earth move you and them to an expanded awareness about love, life and purpose. If we go back far enough in time, there was a point when all was connected, where all was one. As time progressed and energy was released and the source was separated, We all originated from this source, so whatever form the members of your soul family take, you will recognize them because they're part of you. We know it in our hearts when we encounter a member of our soul family, even if we can't explain it. We often refer to this as the meeting of a soulmate. Remember, a soulmate can come in many guises: a lover, a friend, a parent, a child, or an animal, and turn up when you need to remember the love that you are. Yeah, I was also feeling this. I was feeling the connection with soul family coming in as we align to our higher timelines as well. And in the last transmission, the twin flame third energy also really further embodied more than ever, which is also then reducing that separation between twin flames. So if you're a twin flame and you're embodying more of the third energy, which is the energy where you and your twin are unified, so it's higher up the ray where you are not separated. You are one essence, one being, before you separate into your two vessels. So you may be feeling even more, and I certainly have, your twin's thoughts, their feelings. You may even feel them responding to your own thoughts, as if you're having a conversation. You may feel their intentions. This will have always been going on anyway, but you may not have been as conscious that it was their thoughts that you were feeling. It may have come through as your own, so you may be more able to feel which is them and which is you. There may be more of a clarity or a discernment there as it becomes more embodied. I also felt, as these energies have been grounding through this painting, I felt very much, since the painting started about the beginning of the Lionsgate portal, I felt the separation between the twin flames, that gap becoming less, but actually quite a big leap, like a bigger leap in one go than I felt before, coming closer into more of a unity at the 3D level. I'm not sure yet how that's going to show up in the physical world, but there's less resistance and clearing of those beliefs or traumas that are keeping you in separation. So the heart's way more connected and more able to listen to their hearts, both twins. If you're not a twin flame, it still applies to soulmates. But because as you align to more of your soul, you're aligning more to your soul family. And I refer to twin flames because they are even more your own soul. So when you're aligning to your own soul, you're not just affecting you. The more you can feel and embody your own soul, the more you can love your own soul and forgive yourself, the more you're also forgiving and aligning to and accepting your twin. And it also pushes up everything that's keeping you in separation, all the beliefs, all the hurts. Become more conscious, less painful, and more able to work with them and clear them. Okay, so that's soul family. Then we've got colour is the next one. So as we align to ourselves, we align to our soul family. We vibe them in. And then we go to vibrational impulses and light waves. Your perceptions of life is becoming more colourful. You're opening to different colours and experiences. Colour breaks up old black and white thinking and opens your heart to the beauty of life and love. The colours of the rainbow are variations of white light reflecting the diverse expressions of life, and they're all valid. Each colour of the spectrum has its own energetic vibration that stimulates certain responses and healing. Different colours mirror your current physical, emotional and spiritual state. Your soul uses this mirror to communicate your need to heal or to embrace balance. Get to know what colours you are attracted to and the ones that repel you. You are love and you are loved, no matter how colourful your or another's life is. I actually feel that this is about cosmic colour. The more we connect to our soul, certainly in my experience, I start to perceive colours that don't exist in the earthly reality, and they have vibrations that are higher than we can perceive with our eyes, and they often come through in dreams, and it's very healing colours. They're higher dimensional and they make shifts. So a lot of my paintings contain the vibrations of colours that don't exist in the colour palette for the eye, but you can feel it when you're receiving the painting through your heart. So when you're looking at it through your heart, which is why I say get grounded, open your heart and let your eyes wander over the painting. Okay, so Soulcraft is the next one. Life happens from you, not to you. The thoughts, ideas and topics you incessantly discuss are crafting your life, so focus on ones that make your heart smile. So this is now about focusing that which you're calling in and what is your higher calling. Focus how that's going to manifest in this real world, right? By what you connect to, what you engage with, what you talk about. You're ready to receive answers from your soul about any topic, thoughts or ideas you want to change. Be wise in your crafting and the path of least resistance will call you. Different soul vibrations will inspire different actions. If you're feeling tired, your inspired action will be to rest or sleep. If you're feeling love, you'll be inspired to do things that emulate love in your day. We all sense with our soul, but often override it with the rational mind. Trust your soul is bringing you the most up-to-date information. And then this is kind of the action card, but it's also, this spread is like a funnel. So that's what's coming in from the top and how it's moving through our energy fields, and then our mental body, which is to direct it. And then now this is, the kind of the action, the intention. Tuned into your soul voice. Your mind and heart are expanding to hear your soul whispers. You are or will soon find it easier to interpret and understand the vibes of your soul through how you feel. Open the door to soul whispers by feeling appreciative. Close the door by feeling judgmental. The messages are always there, even if you're not receiving them. Practice feeling soul vibes to clarify your intuition and psychic senses. Just like we know a dog can hear sounds we can't, your intuition interprets waves and impulses outside of your conscious awareness. This card is also prompting you to take notice of your dreams. When you're asleep, you cease conscious thought and resistance, making it easier for you to receive soul transmissions. If you embrace the messages that come through your dreams, you'll invite more of the same. If you don't like a dream, see it as a sign to shift your focus or change a belief. So there's been a few references to dreams. I think that I actually woke up this morning with my whole body tingling. That often is a visit from my twin flame during the night, but it can also be an upgrade or just astral adventures, astral travel, where I receive healing and upgrades and activations. And I woke up with this transmission in my head. Notice how you feel in the morning when you wake up. Notice if you've dreamt. If you wake up and think about, where have I just been? What have I just done? Your dreams might come back to you if you don't remember them. You may get impressions of multidimensional colours or feelings. Notice how your body feels in the morning when you wake up, especially on the 8-8. Just pay attention and listen to what, from that place, you are inspired to do. What's the first thing you want to do? Don't just go into your routine and eat what you would normally eat, drink what you would normally drink, or maybe you want to go and sit out in the garden first. Maybe you want to go for a walk, or maybe you need to grab the cards and do your transmission the minute you wake up. Really listen. So, just gonna check if there's any additional messages to come through. The additional message is, let the dark clouds drift away, but watch them drift away with love. And let those cosmic waters wash you clean. So there's a lot of cleansing, but it feels like it's a process of cleansing from the higher light codes that are coming in from the spiritual sun or Sirius. That those are what are washing you clean, and they're cleaning out those old beliefs. So if you can stay in your heart and stay grounded, allow yourself to be carried in those waves, in that gentle flow of divine love and light. And hold the intention of connecting to your higher timeline. Then listen to what comes in from inside you, and pay attention to those things that happen outside of you at the same time as part of that process. As I've explained earlier, for example, the desk became wooden and grounded instead of airy and light and impermanent. It became permanent with 4 solid legs. I could feel the whole house, not just the corner that the desk and the painting are in, not just the room, although I could feel the room very tangibly, completely change and ground and embody these higher energies, but I could also feel it upstairs. So pay attention to what you feel, to what you notice as things occur. These are the gentle currents that are carrying you forward into your higher calling and into embodying that strongly and solidly and permanently in your life. So I'm feeling a breath coming in, a healing, cleansing, cooling breath coming in through the pineal gland. It's cleansing the hara point in your belly. So the hara is our manifestation point. That is where It's where martial artists harness their power. Atatati takata titi takataka toko koko toko koko. Akatati takata kata koko toko koko koko koko. Akatati takata kakata titi takata kata kaka. Akatati takaka toko koko koko toko koko tati takakati takaka toko koko koko. Akatati takatati takatoko koko koko tati titi. Akatatati takataka toko koko toko koko koko. Akatatati takatati takaka toko koko koko. Akatatati takatati takataka toko koko koko. Akatatati takatati takaka toko koko tati tataki takato koko. Akatatati takataka toko koko toko koko koko. Akatati takatati takataka toko koko toko koko. Akatatati takataka toko koko. Akatatati takatoko koko tati takati takaka toko akaki takaka. Akatati tati takataka takaka toko. Akatatati takaka toko koko takaka takaka. Akatati titi takato toko titi tatati takataka toko. Akatatati takaka toko toko koko toko koko titi. Akatatati takaka toko. Akatati takatati takaka takaka toko titi takati takaka takaka. Akatatati takataka koko. Akatati titi. Akatatati takata koko. Akatatati takataka koko tati takataka koko tati takataka kaka okotoko. Akatiti tata takataka kaka. Akatata koko. Akatata titi. Akatata takatoko koko. Akatata takatata. Akatata titi kaka. Akatata tita toko koko. Okotoko. Okotota tita katata titi koko. Akatata koko. Akatata toko koko. Akatatati takataka toko koko. Akatatati takataka toko. Akatatati takataka toko koko titi. Okay, so what you might find come up is the things that are holding you back from really agreeing to step forward on that new path at the higher timeline, which is probably limiting beliefs and fears coming from the masculine mindset, which is completely understandable. This is how we've been taught to navigate this reality, but I can feel it in the neck. I think the next transmission is probably going to be focused around really clearing that agreement to step onto that, those tides and those light codes, and the cosmic support is there to carry you into that higher timeline, those manifestations of the seeds you've planted. It's a matter of clearing out the limitations now. Limitations and the blockages, and hearing and receiving the messages from your soul. Okay, so listen to your body, listen to your inspirations, drink a lot of water, and rest as much as you need to. You may need to listen a few times. Just be intuitive about how many times you need to listen and when you're ready for the next layer to come in. And lastly, I just want to let people know that I've set up a private mailing list. The link is in the description box. So about once every 3 to 6 months, I'll send out discounts and free sessions or free gifts for those people that are specifically on my mailing list. I'm also opening up extra healing sessions. If you'd like to know more about the type of healing sessions I do, there's a link in the description as well. I do Twinflame and relationship alignments. I do anything to do with your health, your healing, any situations that are bothering you and need releasing, ascension sessions, upgrades. But it's really very much aligned to what you're needing at a higher level. If you want to ask any specific questions, my email address is in the description box as well. Happy Lionsgate, everybody. Blessings.